Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. I wanted to make this travel news video for those of you that might be coming to Portugal this summer for travel. There might be a hiccup that I want you to be aware of and to start looking at. So if you're here in Portugal right now and traveling about this summer, or if you're going to be coming and Portugal is one of your destinations, I want you to think about or just be looking at local news. Check your airlines for this. There's an article recently about Portugal has not done everything to keep in compliance with being in the Schengen area when it comes to border controls. So because of that, there needs to be an investment made in short order. Otherwise, on July 1st, potentially, Portugal would be suspended from the Schengen for a period of time until they corrected whatever issues, infrastructure issues are alleged to be out there. And what this would mean for travelers, of those of you coming outside of a Schengen area right now, let's say you're coming from the United States, you have to go through border control to get into the country, so electronic passport gate or the regular immigration hall to do so. But one of the advantages of European countries that are in the Schengen zone or Schengen area is that you can pass through these countries without having to go through border control checks each time. So if you wanted to go, for example, to neighboring Spain, go to Madrid for a couple of days, and that's part of your Portugal trip, many people combine Spain and Portugal together on a trip of some sort. Well, if things are going to go the way they're alleged, and if Portugal doesn't get done what they need to infrastructure-wise, there would be this opportunity where they'd be out of the Schengen or suspended for a period of time, where if you went from Portugal to Spain, you'd have to go through a border control, either land or air. And anywhere, if you're going to anywhere in the Schengen, you're going to Paris, you're going to Germany, you're going to Italy, and Portugal's a part of the trip, you'd have to go through regular immigration every time. So one of the beautiful things about the Schengen zone and how it's set up is that you can go through these countries without having to deal with long waits at immigration or border control, either at a land border, a water border, or an air entry, if you will, or port of entry, I guess. Now, my guess is that worst case scenario, if Portugal doesn't get done what they need to get done by July 1st, they'll probably get several months. Maybe it's 90 days or 180 days, 3 months to 6 months to fix this error or this issue so that they're compliant. But it's interesting, they're the only country, because we live in Portugal, we get this information, but they're the only country in the Schengen right now that has any issues of potentially being suspended, which is odd. And we just came back from Turkey, so we had to go through the regular border control immigration hall to come back, and the e-passport line was way too long. They only had like 3 kiosks working, so it was loaded up. Several international flights came in at the same time, so we went to the regular, just 2 doors over, if you will, to the regular main hall for the all passports, and talked to a guy, the person that stamped our passports and welcomed us back to Portugal. And I just said, hey, is there any truth that you might be suspended or the issue may not be resolved before July 1st? And he just looked up, he gave me the passport, he said, probably not going to get resolved before July 1st. So does that mean that they would be suspended from the Schengen? I got to imagine they're going to get pushed out several months to get compliant. But I want to make sure, and I made this video just because those of you that are coming and many of you who follow the channel have messaged me asking for recommendations about Portugal, and you're coming this summer, that be aware, check with your airlines, check newspapers, just check online, do some Google searches just to make sure if you're going to be coming to or through Portugal from someplace and you're expecting to not have to go through regular immigration. If for some reason they are suspended from the Schengen, want to make sure that you know about it so that you have time to prepare, and just know that flight connections, train connections, bus connections, depending on how you're entering the country, could get sticky. So let's hope cooler heads prevail. They put the money forward towards fixing whatever the issues are, and it gets resolved so that it's not a quagmire starting July 1st. As always, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your travels.